Does this hat make me look soft grunge? So February's over in just a few days, and I could not be more excited. As you can probably tell from my lack of videos this month, it's been a bit of a journey. I'd like to recount to you the series of unfortunate events that was February 2014. Actually, it's more like one event that led to a bunch of unfortunate events, but you know, whatever. So I'm working on a play that's getting a reading at the end of this week, which I'm very excited about. But I've been working on that play since about January, and we didn't start rehearsals until the first week of this month. The first two rehearsals went splendidly. I got to hear new people read my plays, and I got some great feedback from it, and I got some great notes. And then I walked outside. Now, if you haven't been aware, the East Coast has been a disgusting frozen tundra for the last 2 months. We have just been dumped on with snow, and it's been horrific, and I hate everything. Please bring me to California now. So I walk outside, I'm feeling good. It's a Friday night. I'm about to go consume some adult juice with my friends and fellow writers. And there is one giant spot on the road outside of our theater that has not been salted or shoveled or anything, and it is just a sheet of ice. I've navigated it before. I figured I could, you know, walk on it, be fine, not fall down. I've managed to not injure myself up to that point. However, I take one wrong step onto a giant patch of black ice, and bam, I am on the ground. Yeah, fell head first, hit my head on the concrete, cried a lot, made some pretty scary noises. I touched my forehead and there's like a golf ball sized bruise there that I never got to see because I just refused to look at myself until it had gone down, and just everything hurt. I was like totally in shock. I have my two friends that I was walking with walk me back to the theater where my director and stage manager are. They look at it, it's just horrendous, and we go to the hospital. So instead of spending that night with a bunch of friends in an apartment consuming adult beverages, I spent that night with two awesome friends in the emergency room. I didn't get seen by anybody till 1 a.m. They decided that I was not concussed, or if I was concussed, it probably wasn't that big of a deal because I was, you know, chatting and whatever, seemed okay. And so they sent me home at 3 a.m. So everything was fine for the next few days. I got some headaches and felt a little dizzy occasionally, whatever, nothing that I thought was out of the ordinary. And then I went back to school. I go through one class where there's a bunch of screens up and I have to think a lot, and I took a test and it just, I wanted to die. I felt so bad that my dad picked me up from campus that night and drove me to a different hospital to get a CAT scan. Luckily there wasn't any bleeding or anything, but I had to stay home for the next 4 days. Now, staying home for 4 days, not really doing anything, might sound fine and dandy until you realize that the only way to recover from a concussion is to literally do nothing. Couldn't watch TV, couldn't go on the computer, couldn't watch YouTube videos, couldn't do anything. Anything! Ah! I mean, except for listen to podcasts and audiobooks, and they cleared me to knit. Apparently that was okay. And after 3 days, I was going crazy. I did not leave my parents' house from when I got back from the hospital on Monday night to Friday afternoon. It was incredibly frustrating. I missed a midterm. I just felt awful. I had my parents hovering over me. I mean, with good intentions. They wanted to make sure I wasn't dying, but you know. And then, on top of all of that, I had this giant, disgusting sore on my tongue, which made it impossible for me to eat anything, which was the one pleasureful activity that I could do at the time, because I couldn't do anything else, and oh my god, just don't get a concussion. It is the worst. The worst! Anyway, I hope that story was entertaining for you, and was a cautionary tale of why you should, you know, not walk on black ice. I don't know how many videos I'm gonna be able to film during the month of March because I have finals and then I have spring break. But I will hopefully be posting some things on this channel, definitely more than I have in the last 2 months or so. Anyway, I love you all. Thanks for sticking with me, and thank you for your kind words on Twitter through #headinjury2k14. I love you all, and I will see you next time. Mwah.